Welcome to another vlog from Poland. It's the last day and we're very sad that we have to go. But before we go, we have another busy day. Hope you enjoy the show.
In 15th, 16th, 17th century Europe, there was a lot of castles and palaces and mansions built. Rich lords had no limits in terms of how fancy their houses would look like. And a lot of those have been preserved and are still standing. This is not exactly my hometown, it's just its surroundings, but for the past few days we've been driving around filming all these pretty buildings. And Blonnie wanted to show you another one today.
Blonnie wanted to show them? So what is this building, David?
This building is the College of No, it's not a college. It's a high school. It's a high school level type of school.
I find it interesting. I don't know how to say that. David told me something really interesting about the high schools here in Poland. They all have different groups of focus. So David's was a general education, but they have mechanics high school, economics high school, and this one is the agriculture high school for this area. But what other high school, like what other types are there?
Well, there's all kinds. There's catering, there's medical.
Catering? Really?
Catering, yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Catering and hotels, actually. So if
I feel like that is very early to focus on what you want to do.
It is. That's why a lot of people pick those general education schools instead of a, more guided school, because it's just too early in your life to decide what you're going to do for the rest of the your life. But some people somehow are able to make that choice, and a lot of people that go to those schools really work in that field later on.
I mean, they do have some schools in the US that are like that, but it's not prominent. And in normal schools, like where I went, you could start taking college classes that focused on what you wanted to eventually become. Like, I know people who took nursing classes. And they are college level classes to eventually become that, but it's not as common as it is here.
So in Poland, you start your professional, vocational education on high school level, and then you can continue it in college, or you can just sometimes not go to college and still get a decent job in that field. And now it's time to look at this beauty in front of us. I meant you.
Oh.
Here's the palace. Guys, there is so much happening today. I don't really know where to begin, so I'm gonna try to be brief. Got up at 6:30.
You got up at 6:30?
I got up at
Oh
6:30.
my god.
Started editing. Woo! Now I'm sliding on ice. Had a very interesting interview at 10 a.m. I'm just gonna show you guys a little snippet of it right now.
My bardzo żyjemy sprawą budowy nowego muzeum, ponieważ mamy bardzo dużo zbiorów i bardzo ciasno. Nie możemy pokazywać ich w odpowiednich warunkach i w odpowiedniej ilości. Ponieważ mamy taką nadzieję, wszystko zmierza w tym kierunku. Taką my mamy muzealnicy ideę, aby to był nowy najlepiej budynek od strony architektonicznej porywający, więc chcielibyśmy zrobić konkurs wśród najlepszych architektów. No i oczywiście odpowiednio w środku wyposażony, żeby nie tylko pokazywać eksponaty, ale także prowadzić działalność edukacyjną na odpowiednim poziomie, bo w tej chwili nie mamy miejsca na to, prowadzimy, ale te warunki są bardzo skromne.
Ja mam taką swoją misję jako lokalny patriota, jako mieszkanka Tarnowskich Gór od urodzenia. Mam taką misję, żeby być ambasadorem naszego miasta. Pracuję jako przewodnik w zabytkowej kopalni srebra. Każdą grupę, którą oprowadzam, to informuję właśnie o tym wielkim projekcie UNESCO.
And then today is just filled with stuff. And it's the last day here, so I'm already sad that we have to leave because this trip was amazing. I have enough material for at least 2 vlogs per day. Now we're going back to the museum because Blonnie has to see it. There's just a lot of really cool and interesting stuff in there.
The oldest objects in our museum, archaeologics from this territory, from 10,000 years ago.
Then we're seeing my cousin. She had a baby recently. Haven't seen the baby or them in real life, so we have to pay a visit.
Tak nie to było.
Baby. Dociera do ciebie, że jesteś babcią?
No już tak.
No jak jest być mamą?
Superowo.
Filip grzeczny jest?
Jakby tylko tak pospał trochę więcej w nocy, to już by było w ogóle świetnie.
Then my dad has a surprise for us. I have a hint of what that surprise might be.
What is it?
So it's gonna be cool to vlog.
What's the hint?
So my dad says now we're going to a meeting that he's naming not just Tom Hanks.
Not just Tom Hanks?
Not just Tom Hanks.
Okay.
To jest maluch.
Maluch?
Maluch.
Oh my goodness.
Baby.
This is a golf
Baby
cart.
auto.
This is a golf cart.
Golf cart.
Fiat
We have it.
126P.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Is this safe? Did you have one of these?
Miałeś taki?
No, 5.
5. Not at the same time.
Motor. Zapasowy powiedz, zapasowy.
This is the spare model.
What's in the front?
No mother.
What? Oh, wow.
So there we are. Blonnie is about to experience the marvel of the Polish automotive industry. We all had these cars back in the day. I went through 2. My father went through 5. A lot of people went through more than that.
How do you go through them?
Motor in the back, 24 horsepower. Let's go.
How do you go through them? What do you mean?
I will try to sit in the back, although it's really not easy and it's not. No, you have to be in the front. You have to experience
There's no
it
room for
first
your legs
person. I
back
know there's
there.
no room. That's the conundrum
Are
here.
you gonna show that?
This is the space in the back of this car. And now I'm getting here willingly because Blonnie has to sit in the front. Here I am. The seat is basically crushing
Should I sit on?
my legs, but Blonnie is very light. As you can see, this is very Limited. Hold the GoPro and record your experience. Here.
Look at this.
I know.
My hat is touching the top of the ceiling.
Put it a little away from your face.
I was trying to show that hat.
Bez wspomagania kierownica oczywiście ciężko.
No power steering.
What does that mean? I don't know if I've ever had a car without that.
Szybciej nie pojedziemy, bo
Can't go any faster.
Really?
Well, you can go a little faster.
So no power steering means you are
No power
mechanically...
steering, no power brakes, no automatic transmission, no AC,
No.
no radio.
But there's heat?
There's basically seats, steering wheel and the engine and the shell.
Co to jest?
Co to jest?
wentylator na lato, powiedz.
That thing in front of you?
Uh-huh.
This is the AC.
What? Oh.
Tylko nie ma tego śmigła.
But the rotor has broken off.
Oh.
Totalny prymityw, powiem. Total prymityw.
Totally primitive?
Totally basic. Yeah. Well, what do you think?
It's very tiny. Tinier than tiny. How are you back there, David?
I don't know. The car does work. That's the best part of it. It actually does drive. We used to travel in these for vacation. So imagine driving in this for 5 hours.
Really?
Yeah, on roads. Basically, if someone hits you, a lot of bad stuff happens. There's no room for error here.
For hours you would go.
We would go for hours. For vacation or for whatever, we would go for hours. This one is very nicely maintained, this car, I have to admit.
Oh my goodness. You couldn't do this in the truck. It seems like, what if there was a lot of ice?
Problem.
Yeah. Thank you.
Udało się.
Guys, that was special.
How did you sit back there, David?
I had the previous experience. So I just shrank myself in my mind going back to the times when we were driving these. Your knees were kinda almost touching the wheel while driving. This is the actual driving position. Look how close the wheel is to your knees. And taller people definitely had a problem in these. I am still clearing it, but I'm average height. Anyone above 6 feet, forget it. Not too many of these left on Polish roads, and this is in pristine condition. I think now your Poland experience is complete.
I'm in an enclosed golf cart, but sometimes the golf carts are a little more roomy.